Brunson outside. From deep. Hits it from three-point range. Brunson's got 6.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Koulibaly, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
There's that competitive streak. Koulibaly answers from distance.
The kick out to Towns. Brunson outside. Got a hand on it. Now Koulibaly. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Kicks it down to Middleton. And again, Washington with the triple.
What a great start. They've only missed one thus far.
Pass to Hart. And Sarr pulls it down.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. In fourth, the Wizards.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
Now here's Brunson. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. Here's Anunoby. Rebound by the Wizards. Last time they met was in Washington.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Here's Anunoby. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Carrington in the corner. The 19-footer is on the money.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Beasley's checked in for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 6. Pass to Towns. To stop the run. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Karl-Anthony Towns, such a great jump shooter. Doesn't take him any time to get set up.
Beasley against Middleton. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Washington leading now by 3. Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Boy, taking what's there. Very good shot selection, just not the result you hope for.
The 3, Bridges. Hart outside. Here's Brunson, and the layup's good off the glass. Brunson's got 10 points. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
The Knicks making a switch here. McBride's checked in. Keyshawn George, he's checked in for the Wizards. Kisper comes in for Koulibaly. Middleton against Bridges. The high post shot. The Knicks pull it in.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
And it's sent back by George. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. Basket counts. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooter.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Pass to Middleton. Shoots over Bridges. Here's Kispert. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And that's just about Kispert outworking everybody to get that offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Down low. And the dunk by Towns.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like it, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Kispert, wide open, he fires. Good on the three-point shot. Kispert's got 7 points.
You give Corey Kispert any room to shoot, and you are in trouble.
Bridges finds Hart. Off on the layup. And a deep three. Going for it. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Wizards. They lead by 4. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Whitmore is out there with Johnson. Then there's Marvin Bagley. Then there's Kispert. And it's George in at the 4 slot. You know, DB, I heard some NBA officials talking about having a feel for the game and them drawing a line between playing aggressive and playing rough. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, Kev, this is so fascinating to me because we've seen a reversion back to a little bit more of a physical game. But without some definitive guidelines, it makes the officials' job harder.
On the wing, Whitmore, defended by McBride. Johnson kicks to Kispert. Here's Gill. The rebound by McBride.
Boy, they give him the mid-range jumper, and he has to make that.
Pass to Alvarado. Some nice passing by New York here. Bridges inside. Defended by Kispert. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Alvarado missing. This one for 3. Goes back up. And that one's good. Gill's got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, we know how hard this guy works and how skilled he is at it.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Anunoby, he's checked in for Jose Alvarado. The Wizards also changing it up. Champagne's checked in, and Middleton subbed in for Cam Whitmore. And we've got a report from the sideline. Let's get the scoop on Jalen Brunson. Allie, what's his status?
Guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Knicks about his status. As of right now, he's calling it a severely sprained ankle, which I'm sure isn't what Coach wanted to hear. It's a blow to a team that was hoping to be healthy coming down the stretch. It looks like their depth will be tested now.
Allie, thank you for the update.
Boy, tough news for him, for his family, for his team. And, you know, it's not just him affected. This is the whole organization. And what you hope, obviously, some guys heal faster than others. You hope he's one of those guys.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Pass to Coulibaly. To the inside. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Anunoby, he takes it in, and Anunoby slams it in.
OG Anunoby is not afraid to put the ball on the floor and attack off the drive. That's nice work.
Middleton outside. Now Kispert. Robinson with the block. Here's Bridges. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Wizards with the lead. And Doris, you see the talent on this Knicks squad, but there's always been questions about the intangibles they possess.
What's fascinating, Kevin, is this team built slowly and methodically and with great patience. And then they took a couple of big swings. It doesn't result in a championship, and now you evaluate everything.
And George gets it to go.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
On the wing, Bridges jacks up a three. Good on the triple.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy's dangerous as a shooter.
Washington calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Well, Mitchell Robinson knows who he is, a vertical spacer. What a pretty dunk.
Carrington with the ball. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Offline with his three. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Thunder.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
Here's Champagnie. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City.
You know, couple that with the 4 big blocks. He was awesome on the defensive end as well.
6 changes of the lead here.
Both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Chris Middleton.
Well, as your career goes along, you naturally lose a little bit. But he takes great care of himself. He puts a lot of effort into his preparation. And he's smart about picking his spots. That's why he's still a factor out there on the offensive end.
Shot from 12. Carrington, that's good. And now a 3-point Wizards lead.
This right here is in the wheelhouse of Bub Carrington. He loves that mid-range game.
Pass to Robinson, and stolen by Song. To the middle, here's Champagnie. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Wizards lead by 5.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
So for New York, their last game, a win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Clarkson kicks. It's the Knicks missing. Washington leading now by 5. Nice ball movement by Washington. Shot by Champagnie, no good. McBride passes to Clarkson. Here's McBride. Good, and the assist goes to Town. McBride's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's a great setup by Towns. You love to see that vision from your big man.
Here's Middleton. The baseline J off the mark. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Wizards lead by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the...
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standing.
When I look at the Wizards, a month left in their season, no chance of them qualifying for the playoffs. It's rebuild time.
Now let's change gears back to the New York Knicks, who find themselves in a tightly contested ball game.
At the defensive end, I'm not...
And that'll do it for...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
We've got Miles McBride. Anunoby out there with Hart. Then it's Bridges. And it's Towns. In at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
And the big fella Alex R showing promise. Craig especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game, and has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
Pass to Champagny. Nifty move. Rips it home after the terrific move.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. McBride passes to Towns. Back to McBride. Outside, Towns. 6 to shoot. And the shot goes in. Towns has got 9 points.
Guys, that is what you call two physical, hard-earned points from Karl Anthony Towns. Go ahead and embrace that contact.
Inside, Sarr gets the bucket. And the Wizards lead by 2.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
McBride with the ball. Now defended by Sarr.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. PDB over the last several years, wins have been hard to come by for the Washington Wizards.
Kevin, it blows me away that this organization has not had a winning season since 2018, and they haven't won 50 games since 1979. Let's hope their young, inspiring draft picks are building into a good young core.
Here's Champagny, defended by Hart. For 3, Middleton. The rebound by McBride. McBride's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bridges outside. Pass to Hart. The kick out to Anunoby. Bridges against Koulibaly. Fades away. There's Towns, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Alex Sarr.
Beautifully done by Towns, using the up fake to bait the defender.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years. Loading up for a title run. And they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. And, of course, you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to get Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit. Will they?
Here's Hart. Lays it up off the glass. Hart's got the lead up to 2 now for the Knicks.
So confident in the painted area. Josh Hart understands how to score inside.
Carrington finds Middleton. Nice ball movement by Washington. Out to the right wing. Pass to Koulibaly. Takes it off the glass. Koulibaly's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
Inside the lane is exactly where Koulibaly likes to operate.
The Knicks making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Kispert's checked in. McBride with the ball. And now by Kispert. Towns wide open. Off target with his 3. The Wizards have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Now, here's Kispert, covered by Beasley. Koulibaly, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. McBride passes to Towns. Out to Bridges. Pass to Hart. Here's McBride. New York needs to get off a shot. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Now Carrington. .119 left in the third quarter of the game. To the paint. It's tipped for the lead. And that one's good. Champagnie. Champagnie's got 8 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's McBride. Towns. Second shot opportunity. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Just excellent anticipation by Karl Anthony Towns. You've got to know where that ball is going to come off there.
To Champagnie. Now here's Kispert. Buries the long-range jumper. 10 points for him.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
McBride passes to Hart. Back to McBride. Bridges outside. Now Beasley. And here's Towns. Covered by Sarr. Hart wide open. He fires. Knocks down the three ball.
He's an opportunistic three-point shooter, but Hart has shown the ability to knock these in. He's especially comfortable in the corner.
Now Carrington. 6 points for him. Pass to Champagnie. And here is Kispert. Here's Sarr. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
Oh, the analytics department is smiling after that one.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So the Wizards 5 right now. Corey Kispert is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Keyshawn George. And it's with offensive rebound. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Robinson.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. And again, Washington with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Johnson against Clarkson. Inside, here's Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Towns with the steal. Pass to Beasley. The kick out to Anunoby. Towns sets the pick for Clarkson. Poked loose and taken away by Johnson. Here's George. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Wizards lead by 4. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Wizards?
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Hart, he's checked in for Towns. And it's Bridges in for Malik Beasley. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Alexander Saw, he's checked in for Whitmore. Timeout, Wizards. Washington making some changes. Champagnie's checked in. And it's Koulibaly in for Corey Kispert. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in the huddle. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
All right, Allie, thanks. Clarkson passes to Robinson. Rebound by the Wizards. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Middleton uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, Middleton is a talented scorer from anywhere on the floor. Goes to the paint and does his thing.
Clarkson for three. Sinks the triple.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Wizardry, 56-53.
All sorts of time cleared away by Hart.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again. Wow, Mitchell Robinson embracing the moment and a big-time bucket.
Miles McBride's checked in for the Knicks. And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. That one misses for Robinson.
The one challenge Mitchell Robinson has had through the early portion of his career is a little bit of foul trouble. Nice to see him get to the line for a little bit of payback. One thing we know about him, he's got to stay on the floor to be effective.
Can't get it. Wizards leading by 3. Stolen by Robinson. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball to tie it up. Sarr pulls it down.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Far outside, here's Bridges. Now Anunoby takes the 3, and it misses. Koulibaly against Bridges. Now Sarr. Robinson there for the rebound. Now Anunoby. Yep, that's going to go in.
You can see that OG Anunoby wants the opportunity to deliver in a big moment, and does.
Middleton looking it over. Deflects the pass. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Goes up. Oh, the layup finish off an excellent lead pass. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Boy, that's the kind of contest you need to force the miss.
With this screen on Middleton, Anunoby. Middleton pulls it down.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Koulibaly. No good from 3. This is a huge possession.
This is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Middleton outside. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot misses. And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And he commits the intentional foul. And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2. Timeout, Wizards. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. They'll want to talk about that one.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, just a great job there. He put the game out of reach.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Well, they'll need a very quick basket out of this timeout.
No good, and a chance to end the run right there. So a close game sees New York take this one. It was.
Inside be like 2 times 2 my money, all I got. Yeah, I raise money, but that money I love.